It's the bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood on My Country 96.1.
Cande, we start with Carrie Underwood, who has become the first female to have a #1 hit in the 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s.
Go girl, that's all I could say.
She shares the most recent #1 of Jason Aldean. It's a it's a duet, but it's both of their singles, I guess, if you want to call it that. So, yeah, congrats to Carrie, first female to do that in the last 3 decades, a #1 in the last 3. Brandy Carlisle, who's fantastic. Got to meet her once at an ACM remote interview in Vegas, and she's just fantastic. She just announced a tour, October 22nd of 22. She'll be at Madison Square Garden. Cande.
Oh, big.
So a lot of different news and things coming out about the armorer on the set of the Alec Baldwin
movie. You mean the young girl who was 24 years old that only did this one time before?
You've read the article. 24-year-old Hannah Gutierrez Reed. That I'm reading this story that once on a set of a movie, Nicolas Cage got so upset with her, he yelled at her and ran off the set. And some people are saying she wasn't as safe as she needed to be. Now, in her defense, there are a couple of people that say she was great, but yes, this person has come to the forefront now.
Well, she's inexperienced, I think is the word we all need to use, and that wasn't the way to go. I think they tried to cut costs, and this is what happened.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves gifted all of his stuntmen on the set of John Wick 4 a personalized Rolex engraved that has a nice little message to them. And, he's always been
Very thoughtful.
Been known as a great guy, Keanu.
Yeah, I like that. That's thoughtful.
World Series last night, the Braves are up on the Astros 1-0, Cande.
Alrighty.
I think most of us are rooting for the Braves because the Astros are cheaters, as we know.
True.
Cande, legendary comedian Mort Saul passed away at 94. He was known for his V-neck sweater and rolled-up newspaper and political satire of the 50s and 60s mostly. I guess there's an outside shot that my parents watched him in a late-night show at the Catskills one year. That is possible.
Yes, I think that's a good possibility.
And he has passed at 94. Yeah.
Okay.
How about this? Anderson Cooper was on a talk show. It might have been Seth Meyers. I'm not sure. But it was a funny story. He said about 4 or 5 years ago, he made a fake Instagram where he was the personal assistant called Monica of his mother, Gloria Vanderbilt, as he tried to sell his mother's paintings, Cande.
Interesting.
And he says what happened was she was 91 at the time, she wouldn't get out of bed, and he wanted her to start painting and doing something, so he introduced her to Instagram, and then she got such an incredible following and messages, she said, I wonder if we could sell my paintings. So there you go.
Gloria to the end, entrepreneur.
And Anderson was the one selling the paintings behind the scenes. Paris Hilton's engagement, as you can imagine, is on film and will be in a series called Paris in Love on Peacock.
Oh, boy.
It debuts November 11th.
And then we'll be saying, they broke up.
Yeah, possibly.
Not, but, keep these things private, I think.
Dan Aykroyd is working on a Blues Brothers docuseries with the widow of John Belushi.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Now, here's an interesting thing. Zendaya, her fans, and I would be too, her fans are upset because she's all over the trailers and the promotional posters for the movie Dune, but she's only in it for 7 minutes.
Oh.
Now, this reminds me of when my family made the awful decision, maybe one of the worst we've ever made, to go see Cats, as you recall. I fell asleep in the theater. It was bad. Taylor Swift is all over the promotion for Cats.
Right. She wasn't in that for very long.
Maybe 4 minutes. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
See what they're doing, using these young girls? It's terrible.
It's not cool. Dave Grohl does not like, the baby on the cover of the Nevermind album for Nirvana.
Yes, who's suing. It's such a ridiculous thing.
Right. So we know the guy is like 30 now. He's suing because he was naked on the cover and it was exploitation.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So please, and then please.
Dave Grohl says, not only does he not believe in the lawsuit, he says, listen, this guy has a Nevermind tattoo. I don't. So what does that tell you?
Exactly. And what does that tell you when he redid the photo as an adult naked in a pool, did the same shot?
Yeah.
And now he's suing. He's just not getting his full 15 minutes, I think, is the problem here.
That's right. And finally, this one's for you. Led Zeppelin is now on TikTok.
Now, what does this mean?
They have a TikTok page where they're going to post videos and music and different things because it's a music-based, pretty much a music-based thing. But, it's not all... a lot of it has to do with music on TikTok, but there's other things where people are just talking and doing funny things or whatever. But they're going to be posting some of their music, some of their old photos and videos and things like that. And Led Zeppelin's music is now available to everyone on TikTok to use in their videos, Cande.
Oh, those I'd like to see.
So there you go. And by the way, I still say, I know you believe this as well. You were a big fan. If Robert Plant and Jimmy Page and the son of John Bonham, Jason Bonham, ever decided to get together and do a Led Zeppelin football stadium tour, it would sell out in minutes, Cande. Minutes.
It would sell out in minutes. They're all in their 70s, approaching 80 now.
I know.
I don't know how that would be except for, Bonham Jr. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some things are great, and you should just leave them alone.
All right. TV tonight, Fox World Series Game 2 and NBC Chicago Med-Fire PD. There you go. You're bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.